So these are the under the dash wiring. I put a harness over the wires coming out. So it's all hidden. And the unit fits right in there. And it'll slide out of the way when you're not using it. The only reason it's out now is because you have to have it out to get to that adjuster on the bottom. And you can't test this until after you get a trailer hooked up to it. And here I put the wires over the steering column. And two of these wires go straight to the battery. And I'll show you in a minute. See that panel there? I was able to take that panel out from the outside and get the two wires to go to the battery. That's them. And then one wire only has to go to the, and that's that big red one you see there. That one goes to the back of the vehicle. And I'll show you how to route that in just a second. This white wire is the last wire I'm going to hook up, and it's what actuates the system. And I'm going to try to find a good place to hook that into the brake light system. And you want it on the brake lights up front. I tuck the wire in behind this panel. It comes out with one screw. This car was really fun to work on as far as this goes. One screw and this panel pops off. No screws and the threshold guard comes off, and they've got a neat little piece of plastic in there that you can hook the wire down with. And it comes all the way through here, and I was able to fish it up inside this back quarter panel liner. Oops, that's not back yet. All the way through here. You have to remove, well, you don't remove any of them. These are quarter turn plastic screws, so you just turn them a quarter turn and it will unlock this. And you can lift this enough to get this so that you can get in the back of the tail light. You have to take these two screws off and the tail light just pops off. And this car had previously been wired for a 4-wire system. So it already had the brake lights, the turn signals coming from either side. So that was a bonus that was already wired up. So then you just use those wires as the 4-wire. And there's my big red wire coming out here. And they already had this crossover for the old trailering system, so I just used it again and hooked them all up to that plug. And I left a lot of wire in case we have to rewire it for some reason. And this plug came with an adapter, so it'll adapt back down to 4-wire. It didn't come with any screws for bolts for here, so I've just got it tie wrapped together right now. Now, underneath the hood, these are your home runs. Red to positive, black to negative. I put them inside this webbing and ran it up there along the brake lines. And this panel right there, you take those bolts off, take a putty knife and pop that metal cover off. I drilled a 3/8 hole in it and ran both wires through it. And there's an easy way to fish them. And I wrapped a lot of tape around them for the place where they go through the metal. And I ran a 10 gauge so you can actually tap that wire inside and run another accessory. And this would be the time to run your trailer battery charger or other accessory too.